Shooting live from the CMOS Africa store, Yakamo Brakpan. We're here to shoot on herbal medicine, but intertwined with that, we're here to have a discussion around things linking to spirituality. As usual, you can catch this video on YouTube. As you can hear, the background noise is people in store. So if you want to pay us a visit here at the Brakpan store, search us on Google Maps, CMOS Africa Brakpan. If it's too far, CMOS Africa near me, it should navigate you to our other stores. We've got Brakpan, Pretoria, Soweto, and Durban. Then if none of these are close to you, you can then head over to the online world. Lastly, you can reach out to us on our call center, the online world, cmosafrica.com. We're making that migration from .co.za to .com, so expect more content on that, educating you guys about how we've shifted from .com, from .co to .com. Now, all right, you can also call the call center, 010-006-7261. 010-006-7261. Okay, cool. So I created a video yesterday, Ribuaka, how some of you are navigating a spiritual calling, and in navigating this calling, you've got the challenge, Mutswadi wa hao is not quite hearing you when you talk to them about the challenges you're having pertaining to this calling. In fact, they themselves suppress the calling. They've chosen, no, this thing is not for them. And then now it's coming back through you, and you are now asking questions that are quite sensitive towards them, and they're creating an issue for you. In fact, it's creating so much tension between you and them. How do you navigate? How do you go about getting your parents to come into a position where they are more receptive of the things that they need to assist you with? Like I say all the time, your first gobela kimzwadi, because again, offering the initial foundation, who you are spiritually, right? And this means understanding your bloodline in both directions, who your mother's people are, who your father's people are. But now, unfortunately, sometimes we deal with parents who are pretty difficult in that sense, who aren't open to addressing certain things. Now, what's the best way forward to navigate? Now, as per my book, The Law of 36, we talk about utilizing the blue, the white, and the yellow candle to receive revelation, using the 9-day cycles, 4 9-day cycles, 9, 18, 27, 36. That's why it's called the Law of 36. But in essence, it's referenced as the Law of 36 because we're going full circle. We're going 360 degrees. Right, that 6 is the connection of the dots, it's the trilogy. That 3, sorry, it's the connection of the dots, it's the trilogy. That 6 is 9, but in a different way. 6, I get a 9 is in an orthodox direction, 6 is in an unorthodox direction. Now your life is going this way. It seems your life's ending point is going to be this, but what are we doing? Connecting the dots so we can change the direction, right? So you can reach finality and completely go 180 degrees in the opposite direction. Okay, cool. So anyway, in this case, the best way forward is to start processing how. I suggest you work with the blue, the white, and the yellow. This is the baseline that I'll always suggest to people as a start point. These are the prophetic candles. These candles hold the vibration of prophecy. These candles are able to download light code information. They're able to adjust frequencies in the frequency realms, right? Getting the etheric realms, the ether, your aura, your auric energy. This is the electromagnetic frequency. There's infinite energy that's around us. And this infinite energy retapa into you and are using certain tools, modalities. One of the tools is candle magic and prayer, because the first law of the universe is the law of vibration. Right? It's the law of vibration, because vibration either attracts or repels. And then electromagnetic frequency. So what is a magnet? It attracts, right? So in essence, we're using the light as a transmutation energy to bring about now revelation as to how to navigate the parent. So I use this personally for myself because I had a similar challenge, right? Where they didn't quite understand. Let me myself, because I'm raised in a particular way, there's only so much I get and so much I understand. So Gibona who are needing to bridge the knowledge gap of knowing who I am, right? But I feel part of my assignment was to find myself, and these difficulties were set up such that I can figure things out myself, right? And in figuring them out, we then action the generational curse-breaking energy, right? Repetela, the bloodline. Okay, great. So we utilize this process. We talk about how you know that your parents are not going to receive you well when you discuss this thing with them. Or some of you have already discussed Libona regarding to your calling. You heard someone calling, and then now you were told to talk to your mom or your dad about it. You spoke to them, they didn't receive you well. Okay, fine. Now that they haven't received you well, you go to your candles and you confirm. Or rather, you have conversation with your people. You go on a 9-day cycle where you tell them how you needed to be them who go to your parents to give them now revelation as to this thing is serious. They need to take this thing seriously. They know exactly where to squeeze in regards to making your parents fall in line in regards to this matter. Why? They're extremely low vibrational currently, and therefore they'll move on the basis of ego and not the higher spiritual essence of things. Ego yabona itloba yona etsang gore ayikho lento leyo, ayizinto zamademon leyo, so on and so on, right? And now we must understand that they themselves might be dealing with deeper now cognitive dissonance issues. It's not like in their bloodline. I'll give you an example. Yesterday I had a patient come and see me. Well, not the patient. I had the children come to see me on behalf of the mother. The mother currently is in hospital. The mother has brain cancer, supposedly. She's had a history of illnesses. She's had in 2012, sorry, she had a pulmonary embolism. That's when you've got like a clot in your heart. Nah? Very serious illnesses. 2022, after getting revelation, right, from now one of their cousins who had gone, one of you have to be nah? And now, supposedly Uma, after hearing that, and she brushes it off, she gets breast cancer. They cut the breast off. After cutting the breast off, now she's dealing with brain cancer again, right? And now, in her dealing with brain cancer, she's got the challenge of in the hospital, they are not really in the vibration that is bringing the healing they need. I understand why. When your guardian angels are supposed to be taking action and they are not on the basis of there are things they feel you've not attended to, then they turn their back on you. They don't invoke through the people who are putting their hands on you, needing to assist you, and you don't get clarity away. Navigating a calling where you need your parents to take action on your behalf, but your parent doesn't want to. Your parent does not want to entertain this thing at all, or block it off completely. As part of now Ubuntu Drive, one of our assignments is to go out to connect with people like yourself, to assist them to have deep conversation with the parents themselves, to look into the matter ourselves spiritually, to give guidance from our perspective as to how you can navigate under this type of situation. Many of you are having deep clashes with your parents in regards to your calling, and your parent does not want to give you a chance. The moment you talk to them about this, it feels like you're reminding them of the traumas they faced as a result of this calling. So now, anyway, we're now trying to round it up such that people like yourself can figure out how to move step by step, because you feel like mutswadi ukwalet. So how do you unlock them? First law of the universe is the law of vibration. They are in a vibration that doesn't quite understand the problem that you're facing. Now, they know, yes, but they don't quite understand because and this is why they are not taking action. So we invoke Mangelo Khanya. I suggest we work with the blue, the white, and the yellow. What are we doing here? These are the prophecy candles now. We've spoken about this now. We've spoken about how the blue, the white, and the yellow are the prophecy candles. This is why most of the time when you're praying for revelation around Dilo Tsahao, or Opatla, for revelation around Dilo Tsahao, the pinpoint candles will be the blue, the white, and the yellow. Right? So we utilize them to get revelation as to what is the best way forward under the situation because Mutswadi Abatli who choose in regards to your calling. What does this do? This establishes a vibration where your guides will go to your people straight, or they will orchestrate scenarios where your mother or father sees the light. Sometimes the scenarios have to be a bit extreme, all right? They have to be a bit extreme. They have to shake them up. They must hear this from a space external of you. So it mustn't be as though it's coming from you. It must come from someone else, all right? Or rather, from their people direct to them, where they shake them up so that they can see that this thing is actually serious. So instead of you having tension with your parents, realize that the power sits with you because you can adjust the vibration using the blue, the white, and the yellow candle. So as per the book, The Law of 36, these are the things we are teaching you about in regards to utilizing the Law of 36 framework in tackling problems that you're having. Literally any spiritual problem that you're having, you utilize this framework. You just tweak it unique to that particular problem. So you've heard that you've got a calling, you must talk to Uma about it. You've spoken to Uma doesn't want to come into the picture in regards to this matter. She's a Christian maybe, whatever, right? She's just decided never. Or you must talk to your father, but you don't know your father. And when you talk to your mother about it, your mother doesn't want to reveal who your father is. Or your father uteng, but you've got tension between yourself and your father. And you can't communicate, Lena. Or even deeper, there are identity issues. Your father didn't do certain things on behalf of your mother or on behalf of you, so that when you come forward to do things under his bloodline, you do them. So how to navigate? This is what I suggest. Let's utilize the Law of 36. Now, as part of our Ubuntu Drive initiative, where we come out to you to pay you a visit, to discuss this matter. We're shooting this now. Our first one is on Friday. We're shooting a lady, Kamo Wunmu Park. She sent us a nice DM about the challenges she's having, especially around challenge analying between and how now it's affecting her aligning with her calling. And for the longest time, it's created issues for her, this thing. So we are going to go there. We're going to look into the matter spiritually. Is it true that Velish is navigating a calling? That's what we need to understand. So we'll look into that. And if it is so, what is the nature of the calling? And lastly, how must we guide her to align the calling? And then hopefully, if the mother's there, we can have a chat with the mother to give them perspective as to why the mother needs to play their role and what the role the mother needs to play. We are not saying the mother must take the calling on behalf of the daughter. No, the energy has now looped forward to the daughter. Now it's just about the mother releasing or cutting the karmic cord. She needs to cut the karmic cord so the daughter can go forward on a clean slate in regards to you're not calling a. Let's go for a quick ad break before qhubeka ka yona topic here. But for it, umqhamo wemfene is back on the shelf. Umqhamo wemfene. Yes, as the name suggests, it is that. It is the location where and then this soil is utilized for herbal medicine. It's also known as Dasi pus. So there's an animal called the Dasi. Maybe you can show them when you guys cut this video. It's like these little big rats. They do the same thing. They piss in these rock areas. So I assume they use umqhamemfe and they also use areas where the Dasis, they piss. Nah? Yes! Yes! Okay, so umqhamemfe can be utilized for various physical as well as spiritual benefits. Now we're going to talk about its benefits from context, finding identity, right? We're talking on the identity basis. Remember, if the Dasi or Imfen always knows exactly where its location is, because they move around, right? But it knows Kerotelamo. We can utilize that energy as a location identifier. So some of you are trying to find your people. Your mother doesn't want to say anything about where your father is, who your father is, and so on, right? Just like dogs, they utilize urine as a scent trail to mark territory. We can utilize this energy. What do we do? Siakeza ngayo. Ha re hlapa ka yona re bolela mabapi leng. I'm creating a scent on myself so that, because this is how the 20A will locate. It will use smell to locate with minang kamela lapaya, right? That's how it locates it. It's got a strong scent. It knows exactly where the location is based off the scent. So now we are establishing a scent on you that your people will utilize to locate you. What is causing an inability for them to locate you? Mietlo. Perhaps your father didn't do things traditionally for you. Now, your mother's people are holding you towards them energetically. They are creating a block energetically. They are establishing a vibration where they can't locate you. That's why they ground you energetically. The goal there being for them to be able to locate you etherically. Right? They want to locate you etherically. By etherically, we're talking about the energy realm, right? The electromagnetic realm. So now, we can utilize it as a location identifier. What do I mean? So that you can carry the scent, so that your people can then locate. What do we then do? We seek revelation from them. We utilize the green candle. So, green, white, yellow. We've spoken about how these candles are linked to invoking umut. The green, the white, and the yellow. Badimbanacha represents the green, right? So now we are invoking Badimbanacha because they control all essence of nature. All that is nature is controlled by Badimbanach, the gods of nature. So some of you are doing a find a mission, knocking on doors, trying to locate your father. Then you want them to intervene spiritually. Then you sit back and you wait and you watch what's going to happen. Now, yes, we can also utilize it for other health benefits, testosterone boost, fertility, protecting a pregnant woman energetically, right? Also, she can consume orally to prepare her for giving birth. But now, since our topic is on understanding the true identity of the self and finding your people, this can be used as a location marker. So you're using this to establish a scent trail on yourself. A scent trail on yourself will invoke the energy of when your people are trying to locate you, they can find you using scent. Nah? So we must speak to Umu to give it the assignment. So will utilize in that sense. It costs 60 Rand for 100 grams of the herb. Nah? Sure. Okay, cool. One more. Another ad. Ribuaka guava leaf powder. Nah? 50 gram, I think, 100 Rand. For fertility, let's talk how it assists with fertility and menstrual issues. Irregular periods, issues around fertility, heavy menstrual cycle, clots. If you struggle with a lot of blood clots, okay, marotlometer, if guava leaf powder, chances of meter dikodimo. It is optimal for her meet. So 100 Rand, 50 gram guava leaf powder available Momo Simos Africa. Sure. All right. So now rebolela ka yona taba e ya go ithola in terms of navigating your spiritual calling outside of your parents because they just don't want to be involved. Now, one I want to stress deeply is that you are the people who are very vulnerable to manipulation out there spiritually because as someone who's in no man's land, manifest here in the physical, it means even in spiritual, you're in no man's land. So you're very vulnerable. Other spiritual healers, other spiritual mentors, other spiritual teachers will see you as a good target for them and they'll rope you in. It will be them who are saying, it will be them utilizing that send out signals energetically to locate people like yourselves who are in low vibration or under manipulation. This is why the law of 36 is so critical, because once you hear confirmation, why are you not seeing it yourself in the dream state that this is the person they want you to work with? Why are you not seeing? And also now, even if you go to a session, and this person tells you you've got a calling, and now, depending on how this person operates, if this person now sees her, long manipulate your dream state. So law of 36, confirmation. But so after I went to go see this person, kunjalo vele, is it true that I must undertake this path via this person? Very critical. Very critical. Your first gobela kimzwadi. Your first gobela kimzwadi. Very, 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 very critical. I can't even explain the number of patients who've underwent your path. And even in church they do this. Ba phethisa batho dilo tse tlamele ba sa di phethe. Wa zang ukukhuphula isithunywa, wa zang zenza yonke le nyakanyaka le. And then now we have a problem here. Now these spiritual leaders, right? Outside of them now cloaking as though they're assisting you, they want to make you their wives. They just want to do weird things, right? And all of this as a guise to say, to help you align. This is why it is so critical for us to understand how to navigate this path independently. I can't stress that more. Because and attest to this, the things you guys have experienced. Right? I can tell you countless stories of people who've been traumatized by the spiritual path. So first thing, revelation candles or prophecy candles, blue, white, yellow, navigate under the law of 36, which is my book, right? The law of 36 framework, we use 9-day cycles to communicate with our people, to get revelations, and then take action based on those revelations. So it guides you step by step, season by season. By season, I mean the 9-day cycle, right? As to what to do going forward and how we wait for confirmation. Once we've got confirmation, we take action, so on and so on. No? Let's talk about cinnamon and cassia, all right? So cinnamon hai-2, there's the rolls. When it comes off the bark, they are roll high dry. No? Then there's the cassia, it's flat. Both of these have very powerful spiritual tools, quite different, huh? But yes, they're both a spice utilized for spiritual work, right? Let's talk cassia specifically. That's the download we're on now. So cassia, yes, we utilize cassia in the business environment. How? We need the dry sticks themselves like this. They hold the vibration. Don't burn them. Nah, utilize them like this. What will you do? You'll slot them into like your plants, or just keep them like in certain areas in your business. So now, raise your vibration. Right? Sometimes I get a di taula, re sheba di taula tsa hao ra bona hore hey your people have been fighting. There's a spiritual war that has been on for a while now. They are tired now. So what do? To strengthen them again, and also strengthen the space. So normally when attacks locate you, their strength is on the floor now. We need to raise vibration. That's the whole point here. That's what they mean actually. Oh, Baba Kholo Haseba Khatet Rehloka Horepamise the vibration yabo. Rakaspana ka cassia, ne? Cassia flat specifically. It's different to normal cinnamon. This one we utilize more so for like prosperity, money. We want to invite the energy of money. Okay, they utilize it for also like love rituals and various other rituals. But we're talking now business now. So, we are not facing like tough challenges. This is now cinnamon. Okay, then we've got cassia flat. Right, you can even see the bark is totally different from very resistant, this one. So if you are in a challenge where Shebanile spiritual challenge, right, to raise your vibration before the back to sender. Because when I can navigate a spiritual warfare ego, no war has been won under context of ego. No war has been won under context of ego. What wins wars is strategy. Ego does not operate ka strategy. Ego operates ka angzozwa ngaloya ungijwayela amasimba. No strategy there, emotion. No strategy there, it's just emotion. You understand? But now, strategy requires a clear mind. It requires calmness, it requires stillness. Ka Sotho ba re ho tjhetjhela mra so chaba, go tjea strength, go tjea matla. Rakwana. So in essence, tsa mo tjea strength ka yona cassia hlape ka yona. Cassia flat, na big difference between it and cinnamon. Okay, sure. Okay, arbuang ka lantana camera. Ke lantana camera na. Some of you want to know what options do we have lantana in? Na? Ubukhwebezana. Na? Ubukhwebezana. Na? This assists in improving cognition. This does not make you a genius, right? It improves brain function. You still have to do the work, right? It improves memory, it improves recall, it improves recognition. Nah? So it does not necessarily make you a genius if you're not putting in the work. It just makes the brain function better. So, batswadi ba batlela bana ba bona such. So, hanwa such. Tlamele umkhuthatse gore a khuthalele dibuka tsa hae. Perhaps currently frustration ya hae ke o gogela ko gole. Like dilo di tshwarela gole, it takes time for them to recall. So their recall capabilities are not so great. So lantana, right? The way their brain functions is not so great. Their dopamine signals, now we want to speed up dopamine function, cognition. This is what we mean when we say cognition, the way the brain works. So ke lantana kamara in powder. Powder ke 150, 50 gram. Unajang as a tea or mix into porridge. We've also got capsules. If the powder, the capsules ke 200. For 60 capsules, 2 capsules a day. So you've got choices in terms of how to take your lantana. All right, let's go back on this one. Now, some of you in navigating now the said calling, where because your parent doesn't want to take action, you've now found someone who is assisting you. This person is going as far as to invoke your people. They're going as far as to do rituals on your behalf, right? All under the guise of careful. Careful, because you don't quite know actually what direction you're being taken in, what type of covenants you're taking in all of that. That's why I say to you, the moment you have challenges with the parent, reflect back on talking to your people about these challenges. And then let it be them. Why do I say this? Because under the karmic debt of your parent not having taken the calling, it's going to spin back and create a magnetic energy. People who are low vibrational in trying to assist you to navigate this calling. So, dingaka tse sa tshwareng hantle, baruti ba sa tshwareng hantle, ba etsang dilo tse snacks. All under the guise ya hore ba o thusa. I'm not saying abayo ba thusa nang, right? But the only person who can actually invoke batho ba hao hantle is someone within the bloodline. Someone within the bloodline, because bloodline encrypted. I get how bona mo WhatsApp are these messages encrypted. Get two-way channel. Ishebang epigenetic memory. That's why sometimes bareng thola usbongo fanan. I get someone with a similar surname. It's not on who's that? Oh, it's Arada. Yeah, it's Arada. I'm getting my loudspeaker, please. Sharp, ma. No, I'm not tired. I'm getting trouble. I'm tired again. Ay, when I have fitla higher to I'm tired. I fitla na komangwen. Sharp, no stress. Sharp. Okay. Yeah, so, okay. In navigating this path, right, do not move ga ego. Ego is not strategy. Do not move ga emotion. No, mutuadi habat. So now I'm going to circumvent them and do my own thing. In doing your own thing, self-initiate rather. Yes. Self-initiate rather, because you are still yet to be detached from the karma, your parent not having taken the calling. So anything that is, now this gift, it's growing or it's grooming under low vibration. And under your low vibration, we're not stemming from low vibration. And is stemming from low vibration, blind. Blind. So with that said, I call on you to exercise patience while navigating the variables of this situation, right? Do not. I know they are hurting your feelings. I know they are saying things that are not good to you. They are doing things, sissing sharp to you, and so on and so on. Remember, Lebona, they're dealing with trauma. Now, part of your training is also to be able to see things with a deeper spiritual eye, and not just the physical eyes. And everything you're experiencing, right? So it requires so much timing. As someone who's been there before, you must be a pastor. I've been in all those seasons. Fortunately, I did not go in that direction. Some of you are experiencing friction. Anytime you try to take action in that direction, nothing happens. So if there's no money for you, take that as a sign. If there's no money for take that as a sign. If there's no money for you to go see the pastor, to go take action on certain things, take that as a sign. But what do we want to do? Push, right? We want to drive the agenda. Be independent. Connect with your people, you yourself. Deal with the frustration and the confusion that it comes with. As time goes, you develop and you grow. You get deeper understanding. So the whole law of 36 is about this, helping people like that who are dealing with extreme frustration around figuring things out. So I give you a structured process that you can utilize and navigate with over 36 days. This gives you consistency, right? So that you can know what to do over this 36 days. What are the things to look out for? What are the things I need to be paying attention to? Because go home, you are getting the signs, you are getting the revelations. It's just that they are not what you want them to be. Some of you want to take big steps, like giant leaps. You want to move from knowing today about your calling to tomorrow being no ways. We're talking about an extremely long process. I can tell you, for me personally, this process took me 10 years. That should tell you something. Thank you. So, it takes time. It takes a long time. And I know, especially if you feel like, bophelo bo kwalehile na bo re bo kwalehile wa kwa hore bo kwala ke neo ya hao. Now you're in a rush to overcome taba tsa neo so that your life can go back to normal, or your life can find some normality in terms of achieving now your career goals and so on and so. You're not normal. Understand that. So the way you will navigate things will be different. So be careful. This is the closing of that particular aspect of the topic. This. If you do want us to pay you a visit to address this particular matter, Luana, we are on a campaign doing that specifically, coming to your house to shoot your story. You can either be direct on camera or off camera, but we want to hear you and hear your story. This is for learning purposes, so that we can utilize this to share online what is happening in the spiritual space. Then once we share online, we can assist you to navigate and help you to figure out the variables. We'll look into the situation spiritually. Okay, give you revelation. Once you've gotten revelation, we will give you now what will be long-term trajectory as to what to focus on going forward, right? And what are the things to look out for going forward. We'll give you that baseline. This process. Okay, now that I've built this framework, we have it for people. It just requires people who are committed. And then when you're committed, you figure it out yourself, right? And then you watch them show their power. I can tell you, they will show their power, right? Once you're in the right frequency, the right vibration, they will show their power. But look at already, but look at timer, but kena lining babaso, right? But peta setlamele bas pete, dilota how the kala da rarulua hand. The kala da putulua hand. Some of you letwa ntlong le re le antwa song go so phatlhiwe lo phahliwa ka mo lapeng. A go so bigi go ru ya kae wena wa tsa a ba tsebo kae ha o fitla kwa you're a sheep amongst wolves boy. ba o phatsa ba o kenya ditlhare ba etsang all of this ra di etsa tseo re phekola batho ka ditlhare. I'm telling you, as someone over berekang ka ditlhare hore go na le bokotsi bo rileng if o operator under context ya pelwana and not timing. And I'm talking spiritual timing now. Okay, let's go another ad break. Lion's mane. Okay. Lion's mane buffet. This is lion's mane mushroom. 50 gram ya teng ke 175. Some of you already know what it is. So if you want to get it, come through, get it. For those who want to know more about what it does, let's read the benefits. It supports nerve health. So if you've got nerve damage, it will choose to repair the nerves. Nah? It improves the immune system. It communicates the central nervous system. It's an adaptogenic herb. Nah? It boosts our energy. It helps with brain health. It improves our cognition. It improves our brain development. So for both young and old people, you can take lion's mane. It helps to support liver health. It's good for mood and stress support. Like I said, it's adaptogenic. So it's good for the central nervous system. And neck tension. My neck is tense. Why? Because the central nervous system is controlling my feelings, emotions. It's the neural engine. Nah? All the signals coming from the brain being sent to different areas of the body. This is why when you've got stress or your mood is not like where your mind is at, is not in the best space, it affects you physically because it then communicates with the central nervous system. That's why about it, tame the mind or the mind tames you, right? Healing starts in the mind. Okay, it's a superfood mushroom, so you can consume daily in like your porridge. It will provide a little minerals and the nutrients, and then it's good for gut health as well as digestion. Lion's mane mushroom, 175 50 gram ya teng. You can purchase it on our website or in store at one of our 4 stores. All the details will be at the end of this particular video. Okay, cool. Let's go another one here. Ke monna banneng, ke blend yao thusa banna with sexual vitality as well as mental vitality, because we know that sexual performance is not just based off physical health, it's also based off where you are mentally. So we've put together a blend to assist men to perform better sexually as well as mentally by taking monna banneng. Let me read the benefits. Improves mental stamina, boosts sex drive, boosts testosterone, relieves constipation, soothes the lymph nodes. The lymph nodes in this area that affect blood flow, strengthening your erection. Lowers cholesterol, lowers BP, makes body alkaline. Monna banneng, it will cost 300 for 60 capsules. If you and your woman are on a journey of trying to conceive, Zanakai. If you are struggling sexual performance because of illnesses like hypertension, litsukir, Zanakai. Right? If you've got low sperm count, Zanakai. Ke monna banneng, 60 capsules, 300 rand. Sure. Okay, let's go for another one here. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, this is black seed. These are the capsules. We've got the powder, also known as Kalonji powder. Now, black seed is great for people with autoimmune diseases. If you've got autoimmune diseases, say black seed. What are autoimmune diseases? Alopecia, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, PAMCAT. Now, we're going to use this name, clarity, PAMCAT. I don't know, supposedly PAMCAT is a derogatory word. Ingulaz, supposedly. Well, for those who feel it is, sorry, we have to be discreet, right? It's an autoimmune disease. So autoimmune disease is it reconfigures the microbiome in the gut to communicate with the body differently. Akira habar onale an autoimmune disease, it means the microbiome in your gut say shinchi. Aisa operator under agenda ya goreng e lwantsha tse affecting mmele. Se ile yona I attacker mmele, I attacker the different cells in the body. You're breaking down cellular, on a cellular level. So we need to communicate with the microbiome, the microorganisms that are in the gut that control certain hormone receptors. We need to adjust them to communicate with the body in a particular way, all right? This is why, especially for PAMCAT, this has been said to go really well at assisting someone, all right? It and honey in combination. We sometimes have the honey on the shelf, right? Black seed plus honey in combination, which you would consume. Antiviral, antifungal properties from both these herbs communicate really nicely with dealing with viral load ka mo mmeleng na. Black seed it will cost 170 for 60 capsules. Take 2 a day to strengthen the body, to strengthen your vitality, to fight overall illness. Sure. What else we got? Okay, let's talk about spearmint. Sure, what's good? This is spearmint, part of the mint family. I get khonali mint, khonali spearmint, khonali peppermint, right? Spearmint is good for people dealing with menstrual pain as well as digestive problems. Let's talk more from menstrual pain. We're coming out with tea bags soon. So in the tea bags, because of the way maca root is more like it's a root crushed into a powder. So we can't make it into a tea bag, right? We've got that challenge. Yahoo, it's a maca root into a tea bag. The cord is full. No, it's fine. The cord is full. We've got the challenge with maca root into a tea bag. So our new formulation on Mosadi hormone support, it's over spearmint, it's over red clover flower, it's over mugwort. This will be in tea bags, right? So soon you will see tea bags, Mosadi hormone support, 20-pack tea bags for you to conveniently take your tea bag. We're using spearmint specifically for issues around menstrual pain, right? It soothes the menstrual pain. So if you're looking for the herb itself, loose leaf, highly so loose leaf tea. When out there Kenya kamostraina ya hawa, Kenya mitzabilang, let it steep for around 15 minutes, strain and then enjoy as a tea. 165 grams, yes, spearmint herb. Sure. Let's see. Oh, no, hawthorn. Okay. Okay, this is hawthorn. For those of you with heart failure, right, or heart issues, weak heart, your heart is not pumping blood, right, blocked arteries, hawthorn is well studied in terms of its benefits, in terms of improving cardiac health. Even your cardiologist might know about hawthorn. You can ask your cardiologist, Guyon. Hawthorn is cool because we can take it in excess. So there's 60 capsules here. You can take 4 capsules a day, right? Over extended periods to strengthen the heart. Some of you have got a hole in your heart. Why? Because the artery is blocked because of plaque, and then yapunya, right? Yapunya because of pressure. It will soothe that. It and cayenne pepper will go great for someone who like heart problems, right? Some of you king palpitations, below night beats too fast. Your resting heart rate is over 100. So the normal human resting heart rate is supposed to be between 80 and 100. If you're an athlete, it drops all the way down to around 40 resting heart rate. But now, normal people who don't exercise at all, your resting heart rate must sit between 80 and 100. Anything up, we've got a problem. So it's important to know your resting heart rate. So now the sport watches, what's called HRV. HRV ke heart rate variability. It will show your heart rate how over time. What's the HRV score? In the cycling world, we pay attention to this because this tells where my fitness is. If my HRV drops drastically, it means I'm becoming fitter, right? Because my variability is not too high. I don't have like extreme spikes. One day your heart rate is then you drop, then you drop. It will cause it's a heart failure, that thing. So we want the variability to be as minimal as possible. It's called HRV. So for those of you with heart problems, my biggest suggestion to you would be say a hawthorn. Second, get yourself a tracker. We want to track HRV. Why? Because you can see the condition of your heart over time. You will see how it improves over time. So these 2 variables are very key. HRV, resting heart rate. Okay, these capsules did low cost 210 for 60 capsules. It's a hawthorn. Sure. No, not gimnati buffet. Not gimnati. Everyone that's tuning in on TikTok, maybe we can take like 2-3 questions. Like joint inflammation. Okay. Hook me up with some ginger there. Yeah, ginger. This is ginger, also cayenne pepper if you've got. pepper. I saw it somewhere. Oh yeah, right here, yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah, you most likely might have this kamolaping. You can start to take cayenne pepper shots. That's good for inflammation. This is something you easily have access to. If you don't, you can pay us a visit here, Kamosi, Africa, Utotola cayenne pepper. Nah? Ginger is also good for inflammation. If these two are not working well for you, then white willow bark there. Then we escalate. Nah? Then this is a natural painkiller called white willow bark. Nah? White willow bark, it comes from the willow bark tree, nah? Or the willow tree. In a silicin, silicin key compound eba aspirin from. They make aspirin from silicin, right? So it will choose for pain, nah? Especially if you don't have issues allergies to aspirin. Nah? If you don't have allergies to aspirin, great. You can come through, get yourself some white willow bark. Natural pain relief, natural remedy for headaches, helps fight inflammation. It will cost 150, 100 gram a day. Sure. Sifolan. Sifolan. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Drop us a DM ke tlo ngwalela list ya the herbs to take from Bizayas Folan, nah? But also because it's spiritual, tlamele re engage in a ritual ya several this now energy from your energy center. So ngwalela DM ke tlo ngwalela list ya Bizaya thing, nah? Then ke tlo ngwalela le what I propose you do in communication with your people around severing the tie from Sona Sisuse, nah? Okay, cool. What you can start with now immediately is clove water. So show me some cloves. This is what you can do now, especially if in tabulad. But if it's spiritual, we need to do spiritual work on it. That's why I get kambis. So cloves, ne? Utlo pair pizza thing, and then what will you do? The wound ka clove water, ne? Antifungal, antibacterial, wound healing, ne? To choose, ne? Okay, sure. The cloves are 50 gram, I think 100 rand, ne? Cloves. Okay, cool. Yes, but because some of you assume that tikoloshi ke like an entity sent to you, but maybe it's a child you aborted in your past. So that's why we want to see how it attached itself to you. Yes, we can. I just need to know if truly tikoloshi or it's other things that you need to be accountable for. Oh yeah, ashwagandha. Sorry, I've got it here. This is ashwagandha. This falls under the class of herbs called adaptogens. It's an adaptogenic herb, so it soothes the central nervous system. It's good for mental stamina and clarity. It's also good for stress and anxiety. It helps to calm the mind and also improve focus. Ashwagandha. We've got it in powder. You can mix it into porridge. You can also mix it into smoothies or consume as a tea. 50 gram, I think, in 90 rand. Ashwagandha powder. Sure. I know. Anything else? Anything from the spiritual side of things? Okay, cool. No problem. Okay, sweet guys. Peace. You guys must have a good time. If you want to watch this video again, head over to YouTube. You'll catch it again at a later time. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like, share. And like, share, and follow. Yeah, like, share, and follow. Thank you guys for the support. Sure.